Hi everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Vechain. Once again, thanks for your support, really do appreciate it. So right now, Vechain to me is forming some kind of horizontal at the moment, okay, where you potentially come into some sort of apex before it gets a decision just there. The last time we sort of formed a horizontal here, they are primarily bullish continuation patterns, okay. There is one thing I want to make you aware of. September is usually a dumpy month for crypto. Okay, so are we coiling up for a correction to the downside, or are we going to break out and everyone's expecting that correction come September? Are we going to sort of break up here? So who knows? But until we break resistance or lose support, we won't know. Now you've got two primary levels of support and resistance here that I'm targeting. All of this basically just here. Okay, there's noise. You're consolidating basically before it's sort of making its mind up. So you are forming some kind of horizontal here. Look, you've come up into it, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, support, coming towards some kind of apex just there. Well, I do think at some point you're going to get to break to the upside or a break to the downside. Now, with these horizontals, you can have throwbacks. Okay, you come up at resistance of this level of resistance, come back into the pattern, and then continue down. So for me, even if we do get a break of this horizontal, which it seems to be forming, or we lose support of this horizontal, I'm not going to open a trade at that point, because I do think we could potentially get a throwback. Either way, you come down support, come back into the pattern. For me, your primary levels of support and resistance at the moment for Vechain is this. Primary level of resistance, primary level of support right there. Do you see that? So if we lose this support down here for Vechain, I would anticipate that you're going to come down here to another key level of support, which we will find for you at the time. But if you break this resistance here, I do think you're going to get the continuation here, and you're going to be looking at a beautiful impulsive wave up to this target here, because this is exactly what Vechain's doing. Okay, you are retracing. You're retracing to these highs, and this is why I've been able to give you these targets so far for Vechain, because look, you've broken out of a whopping bullish reversal pattern here. Look, come into the apex, broken out, and you start slowly but surely moving up. Okay, you've got to all the levels of resistance. You've got to this, to this, to this. Your next primary target, providing you hold support, is this, and that's a full retracement. At that point, you're right up there near the all-time high, and at that point you've broken all key levels of resistance. You're looking at a retracement, you're looking at extension up there, okay, to $1.50, aren't you, for Vechain? So it's doing everything it needs to for continuation, okay, but it is going to run into resistance. You are going to coil up, and you are going to look for that continuation. Providing you hold support, you're going to look for continuation. Now, the last time we formed a kind of horizontal and uptrend for Vechain was this. Look, I remember this because I was charting it. Come up, come up, come up. Resistance, 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 resistance. We broke out, and at that point, everyone thought it was some kind of genius. A lot of people come to Vechain there, say, how the hell did you see it? And it come up and it met the target, and that was a whopping trade. I remember at the time, it was a beautiful long op of around about 27%. So again, if you was to break out at this level of resistance right here, you would be looking at continuation of trend. You would be looking at a beautiful long up here from this break of resistance. You could be looking at a 62% long up, and you're already, breaking this resistance right here, you're already a whopping 101% up on Vechain. I think you topped out there at that level of resistance, which is normal. You've hit resistance. You're already 120% up, with the possibility of, a full retracement up there, 257%, and then obviously the higher extensions up there for Vechain in this bull market. So it's good. It's looking for continuation, but I will remind you, September is a little bit dumpy, so we do need to pay attention to that, because for the last 4 years, come September the 1st, we've always seen minimal 20% correction for Bitcoin. So are we going to get that again? Are we sort of coiling up here for a corrective wave to the downside, or are we just going to inverse that and carry on here? So until we break resistance, until we lose support or break resistance, we're coiling up basically. So that's Vechain. It's got a little bit flat, a little bit boring, and it's a little bit sideways. It's a little bit crabby at the moment, and it was exactly that here as well, okay? And it's coiling up before it got the continuation. But just because it got continuation here, broke this level of resistance, does not necessarily give it a big tick that it's going to get the same here. We've got an anomaly with the fact that September the 1st, Bitcoin always dumps minimal 20%, and it drags the market down with it. So are we looking at a corrective wave here? Are we going to lose support here and corrective wave down, which I've shown you before? We've done multiple times. We've come up, we create some kind of horizontal there, a descending triangle, look, in itself, it's not pretty, but you've got some kind of descending triangle just there, look, boom, 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 you come into an apex, and then you broke down, and where did you come back to? The previous level of support, okay, which is obviously the technical target of where you created a descending triangle, and it's also the technical target of W bottom. So, we got a blueprint here. Have we got a blueprint that we are coiling up for a corrective wave down to retest this bottom? Because if we have, You know, this wave 4 is exactly the same as wave 2, and at that point you could absolutely have a beautiful opportunity here. For those of people who missed the boat, you'll be looking at a beautiful long up of around 159%, and then obviously, you know, it's all providing you can hold that support. You're looking at continuation, you know, you're looking at even greater opportunity right there. So yeah, we'll watch this like a hawk. Okay, we're coming in towards the end of the month. I think we've got about a week left, haven't we? So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this like a hawk. Again, break resistance looking great, lose support looking to come down to a retest of that lower level right there, which again, remind you, is completely and perfectly healthy in these markets. Okay, so that's Vechain. I'll keep you updated every day with what's going on. Take care, everyone. Back tomorrow with a Vechain update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.